Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen and welcome to my home. Today I'm gonna cook something that resembles moussaka or مسقعة in Arabic. So I say that it resembles it because I based my recipe on it, but it is the low-fat or the healthy version of it. Now moussaka is a Greek dish that is made of layers of fried eggplants and a tomato-based sauce with minced lamb or minced beef. So the eggplants and the meat sauce are layered and then it's covered with a bechamel topping. The مسقعة, which is the Arabic version of the moussaka, is basically the same, but a lot of people do it without the bechamel sauce. But again, it's with fried eggplants. They're called almost the same thing. In Greek it's moussaka, in Arabic it's مسقعة. I'm not sure which one came first, but I'm pretty sure they're originally the same thing. Moussaka is probably one of the most delicious dishes that you'll ever eat. Now when I got pregnant, I gained so much weight, but when I gave birth, I was stuck with tens and tens of extra pounds that I had to lose. So what I did is I basically had to start eating healthy, but being the person that I am, I'm not going to give up taste over losing weight. So I sort of had to be really creative and recreate my favorite meals, but the healthy version of it. And this is just to prove that eating healthy doesn't always have to be bland or boring or tasteless. Actually, it's quite the opposite. It's absolutely delicious if you choose your right ingredients. If you twist the ingredients a little bit to make them healthy, you pretty much will end up with the same thing as the unhealthy version. Not that I'm saying that moussaka is unhealthy, I'm just saying that it's much higher in fat than what I'm about to do right now. I'm gonna use the same ingredients as the moussaka, which is eggplants, tomatoes, meat, except that I'm gonna skip out on the bechamel sauce and I'm gonna use a lot less oil because I'm not going to fry my eggplants. What I'm going to do is after I cut my eggplants, I'm going to roast them in the oven for an hour, and they will soften up, they will sweat, and they will shrivel, and basically they will be the healthy version of fried eggplants. Now I do realize that my eggplants are gigantic, but that's what they had at the store. So let's go over the ingredients together. You will need, of course, eggplants, tomatoes, green pepper, chili pepper, but that's optional, onion, garlic, minced beef or minced lamb, tomato paste, vegetable oil, salt, pepper, and ground cinnamon. Now I'm going to start by slicing my eggplants. Now you can cut them lengthwise, but I'm going to cut them like this so they can form beautiful circles, and these circles will be like cups of eggplants which you fill with the sauce. So each circle is going to be about 1 inch thick, that's 2 centimeters thick. Like this. And also do not peel the skin because the skin will help the eggplant to keep its shape, because after we put it in the oven it's gonna, like I said, sweat and become really soft, and so it might lose its shape, but the skin will help it keep its shape. Okay, so after I finish slicing my eggplants, I'm going to place them in one layer in this big roasting pan. Okay, so as you can see, I had way too many eggplants, so I had to get another roasting pan. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush each side of the eggplant with vegetable oil. If you want to use even less oil, you can definitely use a cooking spray. But I'm going to use vegetable oil. So what I'm going to do with a pastry brush, I'm going to brush each eggplant. When you finish brushing all of the eggplants with the oil, turn them and brush the other side. Okay, so I finished brushing my eggplants with the oil. As you can see, I used less than 2 tablespoons of oil, whereas if I had fried them, I would have used about a cup for this amount. So now I'm going to put them in the oven, which I have already preheated, and I'm going to roast them for about an hour, maybe more, it depends, until basically they become golden and they will shrink in size, you will see. And halfway through the roasting time, you're going to take them out of your oven, turn them, put them back so that they roast evenly. So while my eggplants are roasting, I'm going to start with the sauce. I have cut the peppers into small pieces, like 1 centimeter pieces, and I have chopped my tomatoes very finely. So onto the stove. Over medium-high heat, I'm gonna put some oil. When the oil is hot, I'm gonna put my onions and my garlic and saute them until they're golden. So when the onions become slightly golden, I'm gonna add my minced meat. I'm gonna break it up with a spoon and brown it and cook it until all the water that it releases dries out. Okay, so I finished cooking my meat. As you can see, the water has completely evaporated. I'm gonna start by adding my spices, the tomato paste, the pepper, and my tomatoes. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. So as soon as it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn down the heat to low and let it simmer for about half an hour, covered. So I simmered my sauce for half an hour. It's perfect. I'm going to taste it. Okay, it needs a little bit more salt. Okay, the sauce is done. I turned off the heat and now we're ready to assemble the casserole. My eggplants are ready. You see how they shrank in size and they became super soft? And actually, because they shrank in size, I'm going to just use one baking dish. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some sauce over the eggplants. Oh, and just press down with your fingers just so that you make an indent in the eggplant. The last one here. So now we're going to take this and put it in the preheated oven, which is preheated to 200 degrees Celsius for about half an hour. Okay, so I baked my eggplant casserole for about 35 minutes and now I'm ready to eat them. So I transferred them to this nice dish. Look how pretty they look. They look so pretty. I almost don't want to cut into them, but I will because they taste even better. They are really, really good. I'm not gonna add any more because if you like eggplants and if you like tomato-based sauce with mincemeat, then you will love this. And the best part is that it's very low in fat. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I will be posting recipes like this every few days. Bye!